Yo, what is going on YouTube? Um, this is quite interesting. I found this. It popped up my recommended. I was gonna watch it by myself, but why not just watch it with y'all? Just post it. So I just turned this shit on. Just like, well, just watch it. Let's see. Let's see. Plans to assassinate Hitler.
Adolf Hitler is giving a speech in a beer hall in Munich. Right behind him in the column, a bomb has been hidden away, and
Damn,
it is about to go off. The German carpenter.
bro. Like being a politician, bro. Like you never know what's like planned. Like you, that's it's a scary job, bro. Like he had a whole bomb planted behind
Nazi
him.
opponent Georg Elser has planned this moment
Oh,
for
this was the
months.
plans.
He knew Hitler would be here tonight. He knew when exactly the Führer would give a speech. Elsa installed explosives with a time fuse. At
Damn.
exactly 9:20 p.m., his bomb is about to detonate. The explosion causes the entire ceiling above the podium to collapse. 63 people get injured. 8 die.
Damn.
Hitler is in one of them. He left the beer hall earlier than expected at 9:07 p.m. Georg
Damn.
Elser failed. But this was just one of many attempts to
One of
assassinate
many?
Hitler. One of almost 40. Today, we take a look at some of the most spectacular plans to rid the world of the Nazi leader. Why did they all fail? How did he keep getting away? Was Hitler
Yo.
just that lucky? Or was there more to it?
Ooh. No, like they did say like, Germans they were working on like time traveling and stuff like that. So he could have been a time traveler. He could already be like, all right, I already know what's gonna happen, bro. So I'm moving accordingly. Chapter one, two
This
bottles.
is Henning von Tresco, a first general staff officer in the Wehrmacht. At first, he's a supporter of Hitler when he seizes power in 1933. But that will soon change. Tresco's turning point comes in 1941, when Germany attacks the Soviet Union. He thinks Hitler's invasion is military madness. He thinks they will lose the war. But Tresco also has moral concerns. He knows about the mass murder of Jewish people. He knows what the regime is doing. A resolve forms within him. He's convinced that this mad dictator must be stopped at all cost.
At
And
all
in spring
costs.
of 1943, Tresco makes his move. He manages to persuade his commander-in-chief Günther von Kluge to invite Hitler to Smolensk in the Soviet Union. Here, Tresco is stationed, and the Führer agrees. On March the 13th, 1943, he makes a stopover in Smolensk on his flight from Vinitsa to his headquarters in East Prussia. At lunch, Tresco asks Lieutenant Colonel Heinz Brandt, who is traveling with Hitler on the plane, for a favor. Brandt is to deliver a package containing 2 bottles of Control cognac to a friend of Tresco's in East Prussia. Tresco tells him that he lost a bet. Instead of 2 bottles of alcohol, however, the package contains a bomb with a detonator.
Oh shit.
Tresco wants to feign an airplane accident. His co-conspirator,
So he fake lost the bet. Okay. Okay, so Hitler had a mole inside of his camp.
Fabian von Schlabrendorf, secretly activates the time pencil and then hands the package to Brandt. The plane takes off at around 3 p.m. On board are Hitler, Brandt, and the bomb. The bomb is supposed to explode within an hour. Schlabrendorf set the timer by crushing a glass vial filled with a corrosive liquid in the time pencil. The airplane should crash at about the height of Minsk.
Bro, like, judging from like, like back then, like these like that is actually smart. Like they were actually like making bombs to knock him off. It's insane. And each time they keep getting more.
In his
It's like
headquarters,
each time they get more and more like advanced with it. It's like they like learning new tricks on how to like kill somebody, which is crazy. and they trying to hide it the best they can, but he just keep dodging it.
8th. Brand had packed the package in the cold cargo hold. The acid detonator had frozen.
Wow.
Tresco immediately calls Heinz Brandt and tells him that he accidentally gave him the wrong package. The next day, Schlabrendorf flies to East Prussia, exchanges the package with 2 bottles of cognac, and defuses the bomb. Producing videos like this one takes a lot of time, and we actually deal with math and science quite a bit while building 3D scenes. A great way to approach such challenging subjects is Brilliant. Brilliant is a platform that helps you learn new skills across various subjects like math, programming, and artificial intelligence. With thousands of interactive lessons, you can customize the content to fit your needs. Is a course on probability. You will learn the basics and how to make predictions using probability theory. If that's not your cup of tea, there's a vast library of other topics. New lessons are added every month. If you want to check out Brilliant, you can get started today. Scan this QR code or visit brilliant.org/fern and try it for free for a full 30 days. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. The link is in the description. Tresco's assassination attempt failed. But he didn't get caught either. In fact, he was part of a sworn circle of military resistance fighters determined to kill Hitler, and they were far from giving up. A key figure in the group was Lieutenant Colonel Klaus Schenk Graf von Stauffenberg. Over the years, he became the head of the military conspiracy. Tresco and Stauffenberg were close companions, and they were always looking for a new opportunity to eliminate the Führer.
Damn.
They didn't have to wait for long.
Uniform
Fast forward
conspiracy.
9 months. This is Axel Freiherr von dem Busche. He's an officer, almost 2 meters tall, blonde, and has blue eyes. He truly embodies the Nazi ideal. This appearance is supposed to provide him with the perfect opportunity to kill Hitler. Von dem Busche and a group of other soldiers are to present the new Wehrmachtsuniform to Hitler at his headquarters. Von dem Busche plans to use a hidden British hand grenade to blow himself up along with the dictator.
Suicide?
But then in Berlin, a railroad wagon is destroyed by an Allied bomb. It contained the new uniforms. No uniforms, no presentation. The meeting is postponed. By then, von dem Busche isn't an option anymore. Just 1 month earlier, he was seriously
Bro,
wounded.
it's like it's like, bro, they be this close, then like all of a sudden it just went to shit. It just went to shit, bro. It's like, damn, it's like he's so close, but like something just has to happen. I'm trying to tell you, look, I really think Hitler time traveled, bro, and fucked with the timeline so he wouldn't die until his own terms.
Instead, Stauffenberg now wants the 21-year-old Lieutenant Ewald Heinrich von Kleist to trade his life for Hitler's death. The young lieutenant takes his time to think about it and agrees. Von Kleist is ready to do the job and prepares. But Hitler cancels the appointment on short notice.
See?
On July 7, 1944, the presentation of the new Wehrmacht uniforms finally takes place at a castle near Salzburg. This time, Major General Helmut Stief is chosen as the assassin. He too is part of the resistance group. The odds of success are extremely high. An explosion at that distance is nearly unsurvivable. It's the perfect opportunity. Then, at the last minute, Stief hesitates and backs out. Sure, he wants to see Hitler dead, but he isn't willing to sacrifice his life for it. Yet, the group around Stauffenberg doesn't give up. They plan a new attack. This time, Stauffenberg wants to do it himself. He aims not only to kill Hitler, but also to bring down the entire Nazi regime in one coordinated strike.
Operation Valkyrie.
In the early morning of July 20th, 1944, Stauffenberg and First Lieutenant Werner von Heften fly from Berlin to the Führer's headquarters. Stauffenberg is to report on the Eastern Front at a meeting with Hitler. It presents the perfect opportunity for Stauffenberg. He plans to arm 2 bombs in his briefcase, place it near Hitler during the meeting, and leave the room before the bombs go off. Then he plans to fly back to Berlin, where he and other resistance fighters plan to take over power after Hitler's death. At the Führer's headquarters, Stauffenberg learns that the time of the meeting has been changed. Due to a visit of the Italian dictator Benito Mussolini, it is moved forward by half an hour.
Damn.
At around 12:15, Stauffenberg pretends to want to change his shirt. Together with Heften, he wants to secretly activate the time fuse for the bomb before the meeting begins. But they get interrupted and told to hurry not to be late for the meeting. Therefore, they can only arm one of the two explosives.
Damn.
So Stauffenberg doesn't pack the second one and leaves it with Heften. He then enters the meeting. He puts his briefcase down near his target at the end of the table. Hitler and the bomb are now separated by only about 1.3 meters. Stauffenberg gives his report and then immediately leaves the room, supposedly to make an important phone call. Everything is going according to plan. A few minutes later, Hitler leans over the table to further discuss war strategy, and the bomb detonates.
Damn.
Stauffenberg watches the explosion from 200 meters away and is certain Hitler is finally dead. He flies back to Berlin with Heften to continue Operation Valkyrie. They plan to blame the SS and the Gestapo for Hitler's death. Then they want to take power and put an end to the Nazi dictatorship. But Operation Valkyrie failed. In the meeting room, the pressure wave caused the ceiling to collapse, and there's now a gaping hole in the floor where the briefcase once stood. The loud explosion ruptured the eardrums of almost everyone present. 4 people die, almost all of the others are injured. Only 2 people got off lightly. One of them is Adolf Hitler.
Yo, this man survived the bomb point blank period. Bro. I'm just making a video. Ma'am? Mm-hmm. That's Katissa's one.
Oh, her birthday coming up?
Her birthday was yesterday. Okay. Yeah, her and her mom's.
Leaned over the table during the explosion saved his life. He was only thrown slightly upwards by the force of the explosion. If Stauffenberg had also placed a second bomb in his briefcase, the explosion probably also would have killed Hitler. With the failed assassination attempt on Hitler, the planned coup to end the Nazi regime also fails only a few hours later. Stauffenberg and the 3 other men are shot that very night in the courtyard of the Blender block. Those are the headquarters of the General Army Office, and it was the heart of military resistance. 200 other co-conspirators also get executed.
Damn.
The last known attempt to assassinate Hitler.
Cooked.
On April the 30th, 1945, Hitler committed in the Führerbunker in Berlin.
He wasn't dying on his. He wasn't. Bro, this man survived again, and again. He was gonna die on his accord. Like he said. He was gonna die on his accord. On his accord. Ain't nobody was gonna force him. He was going out. He was gonna go out the way he wanted to go out.
Again. In old photos and video recordings, we almost always see Hitler walking around alone. That was part of his image as an invincible, untouchable dictator. But in reality, Hitler had made many precautions to protect himself. He had many highly trained bodyguards. A special security service checked all routes and locations meticulously before Hitler arrived. His whereabouts were top secret. He was always well protected when he traveled by train, car, or plane. He had his own pilot and cook. He always had his meals tasted by his personal doctor before he started eating.
Damn.
All to minimize the risk of an assassination.
What?
Besides these security precautions, Hitler pursued a special tactic. He allegedly once said, "Das einzige Gegenmittel."
Hey, Hitler had motion. Hitler had motion, bro. You can't knock for that. He had motion, bro, and he had aura too. Hitler had motion and aura. I ain't but lie. Who shit? Like he moving like that. He moving tack like that. What nigga moving tack? He moving tack.
Ist ein unstetes Leben, which means the only antidote is an unsteady life. He often changed his routes, cancelled trips at short notice, came earlier to meetings than planned, or left events earlier than expected. We don't know if and how a successful assassination would have changed Germany's history. What would have happened if Hitler had just stayed 13 minutes longer in the beer hall in 1939? Could millions of Jews have been saved if one of almost 40 recorded attempts would have succeeded? Or would someone else in the regime simply have taken his place? We will never know.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Hold on. The Taco Bell art heist. Ooh, that look kind of calm. I might want to react to this. Thank you guys for watching. If y'all want more videos like this, matter of fact, I'm gonna watch the Taco Bell art heist after this. Actually, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. But please hit that bell so y'all get notified whenever I drop another video. And thank you guys for watching. Comment down below. Let's start the longest zombie train. Look, drop down the zombie emoji and just keep dropping the zombie emojis down in that train, man. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.